thinking about doing dry January or something along those lines, I need you to hear this. Most people don't fail because they lack willpower. They fail because they do it the hard way. White knuckling, zero support, zero plan. But no, not here, not this year. That's why I created dry-ish January, so you can drink less without the all or nothing pressure and actually feel good doing it. Head to shameover.me for the link and come do this differently with me this year.
Hello and welcome to ShameOver, where you can lose the hangover, not the booze. I'm your host, Mallery, and this is a podcast for those interested in moderation and drinking less and who want to find peace and balance in their consumption. I am on this journey with you, and I am proof that you can drink less without going cold turkey or all out sober. If this sounds good to you, let's get started.
Hello, welcome back to ShameOver. I'm your host, Mallery, and I am so honored that you are here and back for more tips and tricks on how to thrive this holiday season while still drinking, without the blackouts, without the hangovers, without the regret and shame the next day. So today is going to be another quick one that is really going through a few more things that we see a lot, not only during the season, but normal habits that we're constantly kind of dealing with that really can be triggered during this time of the year. So number one, what if drinking home alone is your favorite? I work with people who they either have a problem stopping once they start, which is normally socially, or they have a problem with drinking alone. And that is normally they like to be alone when they're drinking. Comes a lot with hiding things. So before their partner gets home from work or when they think no one's looking, they take swigs. So if you kind of fall in any of these brackets, these are some great tips and tricks for you to try. Number one, don't keep it in the house. I know that this does not work for everyone, but if this is something that's really problematic for you, do your best to not keep it in the house. If you do, then child-proof. What I mean by that is make it hard to access, not to where you're going to be going to the hospital because you're drunk trying to get it and making bad decisions. That is not what we're looking for. You can literally get something that has a keypad on it or a lock. You can put it in the basement or in the garage or someplace that you're not constantly seeing it. That is huge. My favorite area for the alcohol is to go above the fridge. I'm 5'4", so I have to make it super effortful to get something over, to stand up, to reach it, to get it down, and it's just a pain in the ass. So make it harder to access. That's what I mean by baby-proof or child-proof. Another thing, when you're purchasing, use cash. This way, you are sticking to the allotted amount and nothing else. I know a lot of us, I am a Costco, Sam's lover, so much so that, anything that I can buy in bulk, I will. When it comes to alcohol, this should not be the case. It is going to do you better to buy that single or those two single cans as opposed to buying the 6-pack or the 12-pack or the 24-pack, because once you know it's in the house, it's going to be easier to grab that. So again, this is all make it easier to make the decisions you want to make and make it harder to make the decisions that right now come so easily for you, are more habitual, are more likely for you to do. Add some friction in those spaces. So again, you can lock it up. Those are great things to do. Even something like the child-proof little stick things that they're weird, but they work. It doesn't have to be something that's like a puzzle to solve to do it. Just something that is somewhat of a barrier that makes you stop and take pause before you take action. On this note, if, again, home alone is kind of a trigger for you, that's when you really want to drink to throw them back. Make plans. Do things so you aren't home alone, especially if it's in the evening. A lot of times, whether you're still working, retired, whatever, that in between work and dinner time period, again, even if you're not working or not, we still kind of have that time period. That is most people's, I need to start drinking now, make plans during that time. So go to a coffee shop, go to a library or a bookshop, go take a class. You can do a yoga class. You can do a painting class, whatever it is, language, anything. Do something during that time that kind of is not only keeping you busy and distracting you, but most of all, it is filling your emotional cup. If you fill your emotional cup before you drink, I'm not saying don't drink, I'm saying fill your emotional cup first, you are going to rewire your brain and transform your drinking habits without even realizing it. This is so beyond simple, I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. And it is the one thing that would work if people did it. Most people don't do it, which is why they're coming back time and time again to try to figure this out. So if you learn nothing else, fill your emotional cup before you fill your physical one. So this can be something literally as simple as, that was awkward. This could be something as simple as before you go to fill, ask yourself, how can I fill my emotional cup first? Yeah, I know. On that note, find an accountability buddy, get support, find community, something that you can check in during that time period when it is tough. In our ShameOver community, I always recommend people, before you drink, check in. The people who do this, their drinking changes drastically, even if it's for a short time period. But when they're checking in, not only are they kind of receiving that emotional connection in a sense, even if it's not live, but they're also getting to kind of talk it out. So they're realizing, I don't actually need a drink. I needed to decompress. I needed to let that steam out, let something off my chest. I needed to share the story. I needed connect. I needed to be able to process what was going on. This is all stuff going on behind the scenes that we typically don't even connect. So that is why this can be so, so, so powerful. Another one that I see come up all the time is the witching hour. And your witching hour is typically, I kind of brought this up for many people, it's kind of that get off of work, not quite dinner time period, so happy hour, if you will, but whatever it looks like for you. This time period is what comes consistently. It might be every day, it might be every weekend, but it's constantly coming. And at that time period, your body is like, okay, I'm ready to crack open the wine. When your brain is starting to get on this craving loop, all of that. So when witching hour gets the best of you, wait. And I'm telling you, say the word wait out loud. Wait will automatically tell you, your mind, your body, everything to pause. And then ask, what am I thinking? Wait. When you use this simple trick, you are going to realize that you probably are going to drink out of habit and mindlessly, that it is not something you're intentionally choosing to do. If you're like, what am I thinking? It automatically goes to your thoughts, your feelings, kind of somewhat of the think, feel, act that we had done previously. And that is what will change your drinking from, again, being mindless to mindful, from being habitual to intentional. It doesn't mean you're going to stop drinking. It just means it's going to be a conscious act, a conscious effort, so that you can actually be in the moment. Like, I'm drinking because blah, 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 whatever. Take a second, figure that out, and then you can still have the drink after. But when it's not immediate gratification, that is what starts with the rewiring of the brain, especially if you are filling your emotional cup first. One of the easiest things that you can do is, if you've not heard of this before, I call it my PS list or PS rule. P is pleasure, S is stress reducer. So literally come up with a list. I always recommend putting it in your phone. That way you can access it anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter. But P is everything you can possibly think of that brings you pleasure. So everything from like getting a massage and snuggling with a puppy to, oh my gosh, like this candle right here, that smells so good. That's pleasure right there. So everything on this list that does not involve alcohol. I'm watching you guys. So everything that brings you pleasure and everything that helps reduce stress. There's going to be stuff that are on both lists, and that is okay. You can even combine it as one list. It doesn't matter. This essentially is how you can fill your emotional cup. Because when you are looking to drink, 9 out of 10 times, it's because you're looking to either feel the pleasure, feel the endorphins, the dopamine hit that you get from it, all of that good stuff, or you're looking to not feel. You're looking to numb out. You're looking to get rid of the stress, to numb from the day, the mourning or grief that you're going through, or whatever it is. So that's pleasure, the feel good, or stress reducer, the stop feeling. That is exactly what your PS list does. So if you do something on this list before drinking, I'm just saying, push off drinking, do something on this list first, and then go to drinking, you are going to see a transformation in your drinking and in so many other areas of your life. So with that, discover your PS. You are going to absolutely love it. Do it as often as you can. Literally every time that you have this urge or this itch come up, do something on this list. Say, wait, what am I thinking? And then when you realize what you're thinking, that's when you find something on the list because it automatically correlates. Oh, I'm thinking that I haven't had a bad day and I'm just ready for the day to be done. Now I look at my list, doing 10 breaths, that could actually help me get some relief. So it doesn't have to be something long and extravagant. And yeah, we can't always go get a massage or a facial or mani-pedi. I know we'd love to, but that's not always on the list. What is always on the list is being able to connect with your breath. The more you can connect with the breath, the more intentional you're being, the more in your body you are. And when we're in our body and being intentional, we drink mindfully. So hopefully this was helpful. If so, please share with a friend, like, subscribe, rate and review. I would love reviews. Something I don't really ask for. So if you love this podcast, please review it. If you don't, please just go find another podcast, and best of luck. That's totally fine too. Just please don't review it if you don't love it. I will say that. But I will keep coming with more tips and tricks, but wishing you and yours a very happy holiday season. And we'll see you again here soon. Cheers.
Listen, you don't need another hangover or another I'm never drinking again morning. What you need is a plan. And that is exactly what I give you inside ShameOver. Tools, coaching, and I'm pretty much your hype girl bestie cheering you on every sip of the way. So head to shameover.me and let's get started.
ShameOver is the mindful drinking program designed for women who desire to drink less without losing the booze completely. If you want to transform your relationship with alcohol and live a healthier, confident, and balanced life, go to shameover.me and get started today. You deserve it, you're worth it, your future self thanks you. Cheers!